Yeah.
years. Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize why you would want to do a 15-year stake instead of a 10-year one when the bonus maxes out at 10. It's because when you're at the end of that stake, when you have to restake again, you're going to pay a much higher share price, and you're going to get less shares. And now you're going to have less shares for those remaining 5 years. And your shares is what gives you your profit. The only reason staking HEX is profitable is because you get the shares, and the shares get the penalties and the interest and the inflation. So if you don't stake 15 years or longer than 10 years, then the period of time at which you enjoy those 3x shares, it only lasts 10 years. However, if you do a 15-year stake, the period of time where you enjoy 3x shares is 50% longer. So you end up, I think that you end up being more profitable in HEX by having a 15-year instead of a 10-year stake, even though the share rate caps at 10. Now, for a period of time, I thought it was the other way. I thought maybe the people that were staking longer than 10 years are working for free. But then it was pointed out to me, I was like, oh yeah, I guess you would have less shares when you're restaked, So
when somebody emergency and stakes, let's just say you have a 15-year stake, do you get some of those extra shares in your 15-year stake, or is it only on the day after or the day before that? Like let's just say someone emergency and stakes today, so the guy that staked yesterday is going to get those shares or that hex, or does it get distributed evenly?
It's daily.
Through all the stakes?
It's daily.
It's daily.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the distribution of the periods at which it is logged, the amount of pay that you've received or been credited is daily at what used to be 7 p.m. EST, but I think it's 8 p.m. EST now, I think.
Okay.
So whatever inflation occurred that day, which is maximum 3.69% of all coins that have ever been minted, plus the penalties from late and early end stakes, which is half of the penalties.
Yeah.
Those are all input and credited daily. So if you stake and have a lot of shares for some period, you will benefit from that period, right? So for instance, there was a time when people were fudding and they were emergency end staking, and something like they paid like 300 million in penalties, which is a lot, right? Yeah. I mean, the supply was it was a lot, right? So on some days they like doubled the amount of profit for people that were staked that day. Well, once that day's over, if you weren't staked that day, no one else is ever going to benefit from those penalties that were paid out that day.
Yeah.
Right. So you really, if you want to benefit from those events where people emergency end staking and like doubling your profit on that day, you need to be staked that day.